Opie and Anthony Podcast. Find the show on Twitter @Opie Radio, @Anthony Cumia, and @Jim Norton. And on SiriusXM every weekday.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
We got the Foo Fighters coming in to say hi.
Not just
One time I was pulling up out of this rehearsal place in LA.
What?
And
Where'd you get that
this
fucking
killer
deal from,
car
dude?
pulled up
All I've
next
been
to
doing is sitting
mine.
around.
Are you
The
getting
window
it too?
came down,
Well, not until
and my
you
window came down, and it
mentioned
was Slash.
Right.
I don't know how
And
that
we were both
happened.
jamming to the same exact.
It's 'cause I did the night before
at the same
show.
time. And he goes, "Well, you listen to the Boneyard?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
you were stinking in
and he
your
goes,
I stunk it
"Are you
up in my
dipping?"
sleep.
And I had a chaw in my mouth, the dip, you know. And
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah." And he goes,
You move away.
"Me too." I was
How you
like,
do this?
How did you guys not form a band right there?
I don't know.
Like, how did that not happen?
I could have joined the Snake Pit.
That should have been the beginning of a band, right?
Yeah, he collaborates with a bunch of different people.
And what are you guys talking about on the couch?
What?
That went out on the air.
Nothing to do with you.
I don't even
So
know
they
what.
got the new guys up front.
Dave's enjoying this. He's just on the
Always
couch.
the new
Always
guys.
the new guys.
I love Sonic Highways. My God, I am all about the HBO show. How did that come about?
Oh, just, didn't have anything better to do. Figured we'd take everyone around the country for a year.
It's a brilliant concept, though, to really
Thanks.
go into these cities and see, the history of their music.
Well, the last record we did, we made in my garage.
Right.
And we have our own recording studio, which is like a nice place, and we'd made a couple records there, but I wanted to switch it up and record somewhere that would sort of challenge the band or just make it fun and interesting. I'm like, let's do it in my garage. So we brought the tape machine. We didn't use any computers. We just brought the tape machine into the house and recorded that there. And then after that, I made this documentary film called Sound City about a studio in Los Angeles that had closed. And I'd never directed anything before, and that was really fun. So when it came time to do this, I thought, well, why don't we sort of put those two things together?
Right.
And instead of making a documentary film, let's do a series where we go to 8 different studios, and then we talk about the history of music from each one of those cities. And it just kind of snowballed from there.
How long did it take to tape the whole series?
About a year.
It was about a year, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because, as a dumb viewer, you're like, oh, my God, a song a week in every city is crazy.
Yeah. Well, once we really started rolling, plus the interview, I interviewed almost 100 people. So that's kind of took up most of the time. But when we'd come to a city, we'd come for a week at a time. So it was like we'd have a week on, go home for a week.
Right.
Week on, go home for a week. So I think we started recording in January, and we were finished by the end of May or something like that.
Wow.
But it was, it was a big project.
Yeah. The one thing I noticed with Sonic Highways, you guys get along. It was kind of creepy to see a band really get along. It didn't
Yeah, usually when you see studio footage, it's like
Yes.
fist fights and people fucking screaming at each other and stuff.
You're saying "rat" a lot, and everyone's high-fiving, and it seems like you really,
Yeah.
after all these
hand
years...
jobs. You get any of those? Like we'd finish a track and just fucking.
You see old Stones footage or the Beatles, and you can see they fucking hated each other, especially in the studio.
Yeah.
But you guys seem to still be having a really good time after all these years.
That's just because the cameras were there.
And then they got to find you in New Orleans because you're drinking with just people, like just strangers.
They were friends. They were new friends.
Yeah.
Hey, look, I made a new friend.
They're like, "Where's Dave?" And then they went and found you in a
this
bar.
is one of the challenges of recording in New Orleans is that there's a bar outside of every bar, and you
Right.
just kind of bounce from. Right, we were at the Preservation Hall,
Right.
in the French Quarter,
I mean,
and there was this place called Yo Mama's right across the street, and
We
that
went to
became-
make, we make a video at the end of every one of those episodes, and that's always the last day.
right.
They had a really hard time making that final video.
Oh, really?
Fucking clear.
yeah.
I don't even think they finished it. I think they had to find some other footage.
Find other footage just to throw in
It was
there.
Like, oh, it's so hot. It's like 110 degrees, 100% humidity.
Right.
A week of New Orleans
pickling.
Dave was just like, how much longer?
I was fucking over it.
I can't spend a lot of time in New Orleans. It's too. The smell of vomit is there. I've been for Mardi Gras a couple of times.
It's a
just
crazy
too much.
place. Well, we always go at the wrong time, though. Everyone tells us when we go down there for Mardi Gras, you got to go when it's not Mardi Gras to really appreciate
I've never
the place.
been there for Mardi Gras, and we've only been there for maybe 2 or 3 days at a time over the last 20 years. But being there for a week, when we were there, it was so perfectly mellow. And hanging out with people from New Orleans, like they kind of show you how to do it without doing it too hard.
Right. Yeah. During Mardi Gras, everyone's it's just zombies. No one is thinking straight whatsoever.
I can't imagine.
Completely out of it.
I went there
Sounds
once when it
fucking
wasn't. I
awesome.
did a college years ago.
awesome.
It was just weird. It was empty. Bourbon Street was empty, and there was some guy singing "Amazing Grace" and taking donations, and it just kind of creeped me out how empty it was. So every time I've been there, I've gotten a weird vibe.
Right.
Did that really happen?
Yeah. I was just doing. I was down there.
Sounds
for
so
some-
fucking.
Yeah, he was an old black guy singing. It was kind of cinematic the way he was doing it.
Yeah.
But then I walked another few feet and I realized there's nobody else out here. So my fucking movie moment is about to be ended by me being smashed in the head.
And that really is the only place down there that they were playing jazz for many years.
What, Preservation?
Yeah.
Well, it was an art gallery,
Right.
Like in the early 1900s, and then they started having jazz musicians come in and play, and then it just became a place where people would go see real New Orleans jazz because you walked out. There's music everywhere in New Orleans. There's bands on the corner. There's street musicians, and then bands in bars, and then second line parades everywhere. But at Preservation Hall, they play kind of like real traditional, old school New Orleans jazz. And
Right.
and it's a tiny room. It's not much bigger than this room.
Right.
There's church pews. They don't even have microphones. The band just comes in and plays. And
Yeah, they want to keep it as it was back in the day.
yeah, it's amazing. If you ever get a chance, you got to stand in line to go
Next
see it.
time I'm down there, I'm definitely check it out. The Seattle episode was really good. You listening to your old tapes was a blast. How uncomfortable were you?
That was weird. That was like one of those things where you wake up hungover the next day, and people start telling you like, "Do you know what you fucking did last night? You put that lamp up your butt and jumped in the pool or whatever." Like that was me listening to those old tapes. Just like, what is that? Oh God, really? Like I hadn't heard any of that shit in like 20 years.
But I'm sitting there going, hey, it doesn't seem bad to me.
No,
Box
I'm
set.
telling- I was,
It's gonna be a
hearing
hell
our
of a
next-
box set.
I was hearing our next record. That's not a bad riff, Dave.
I liked your version of Kids in America.
I mean, come on, that song.
I didn't mind that at
It's
all.
wild. It's a great song.
Do you guys do that one in concert?
No, but we maybe should, huh?
You definitely should.
New
Okay.
York to East California, right?
Why not?
There's a new wave coming. I'll warn you. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
California with
Exactly is
warn you.
East
That's a good one.
California,
But it's East California, like Needles from New York. to
Well, like
Needles.
Barstow. What is that?
What's she singing about there?
How close is that studio in the desert to Joshua Tree?
It is in Joshua.
It
Tree.
is. Okay, I wasn't
Yeah.
sure because that episode was amazing too.
It's right
If you're
there.
not watching Sonic Highways, I mean,
So you're really watching it?
every single episode.
Wow,
I'm
dude,
really.
that's awesome.
I thought you had a couple more cities before the finale, which is this weekend.
This Friday's the final one.
That's
It's
all you
9
get.
o'clock on HBO.
That's all you get.
That's it. Are you gonna do a second season?
I don't know.
Please?
They got to be begging you for a second season. You just make it slightly different. Obviously, you wouldn't do another.
We're talking
record that
about
way.
it. I mean, I don't want to fucking hike our ass around the country for another 2 years doing it. But
Didn't
someone
this
else
keep
could.
it fresh though? Like doing a record is like you probably get sick of the same process. Doesn't this just kind of keep it? You're getting to travel and do different shit.
It's one of the reasons why we did it because it's our 8th record. We've been a band for like 20 years.
Wow.
And so we probably could just go in and make a record and go out on tour. But I think we'd get bored. We get bored kind of easily, and we just get kind of sick of it.
Right.
At this point, like you don't have to do this if you don't want to do it. So you got to like really want to do it.
and make it fun.
Yeah.
What other cities would you cover if you could? San Francisco,
Philly.
probably. Philly. I thought Philly would be one of them.
Philly, San Francisco, Memphis,
Memphis,
Detroit.
of course.
I mean, you could go.
Florida. I want to do Florida.
Florida.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Go down to the.
You guys should pick some
Wherever
really.
Creed is from.
Well, no. Like, what about Gainesville, dude? Gainesville's got a killer
Gainesville?
history.
Well, the
Where's
whole.
Leonard Skinner from? Different
They're
Florida.
from Jacksonville, aren't
Jacksonville.
they? Yeah. Jacksonville would be awesome. You go to Criteria Studios where
Right.
all that stuff happens.
They're telling us you got to rap. They're panicking. I really appreciate you came by
Isn't
just
this
to
just
say hi.
recorded though? Like
No, we're live.
We're live.
Oh,
really?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
We're doing our best here. Yeah, say it all.
I love XM.
What's the plug? So we got Sonic Highways. The season finale is. I always get it in advance. When I don't know when it's on. Fridays.
What? Friday.
Friday night, 9 o'clock on HBO season
okay.
finale from here in New York.
It's on all week though.
I know you
Yeah.
can just get it.
HBO
whenever.
Go or HBO on demand. You can
It's
catch
on
it.
right now.
Whenever you wake up in a hotel room, turn on HBO and watch Sonic Highways.
There you go.
And then
That's what I do.
Are you, and you guys are touring. I mean, is there a big plug we really need to do for you guys? I don't know.
I don't know.
The album Sonic Highways is out now, final episode, and the world tour is kicking off July 4th.
Yeah.
Playing some big fucking places, man.
We're going large this time. Wow. Supersize that ass.
Good for you.
Yeah.
All right, we got to get them out of here. Thank you guys for stopping by.
Bye,
It's the Foo
thanks.
Fighters.
The Opie and Anthony podcast continues.
Let's go to the old K-Rock phones.
Oh. Hello.
Yeah. Hi, K-Rock?
Yeah.
Hey, what, 92?
Yes, sir.
Awesome, man.
You got it, baby.
So, what is that, Foo Fighter tickets?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's
But,
great.
hello?
You guys, you got them?
What's that?
You got them?
I guess so. How, that's awesome. What day is that for?
I believe it is the 26th.
26, fantastic. Do I have to give you my, my name and address and all that stuff?
Hello.
Hello? Yeah. Hello?
What's up?
Am I calling 92?
Holy shit.
Am I?
Yeah, you're caller 92.
I'm calling 92?
Yeah, you just won tickets to Foo Fighters at Irving
I
Plaza.
did? Wow. Oh my gosh. That's great. I'm dying to see them. I love that new song.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello?
Am I caller 92?
Am I? Hello?
Hello.
Oh, crap.
Hello.
Hello? Hello?
Hello.
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 Hi.
Hello.
Am I caller 92?
92?
Hello?
Hello.
92?
92?
92.
93.
92? 92?
Hello?
92?
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
Did I win?
Did I win?
Did I win?
Did I win Foo Fighters tickets?
Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello?
Yes?
Hello?
Yes.
Did I win Foo Fighters tickets?
Did I win Foo Fighters tickets?
Foo Fighters.
Foo Fighters.
Yes.
Who's the winner?
Sandy.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
We have a win.
Hello?
Do we have a winner?
Sandy.
Hello.
Sandy.
Hi.
What?
Hello?
Sandy?
Yeah, this is Sandy.
George?
George.
What?
George.
We have a winner?
We do.
Oh, me.
Sandy.
George.
Yes,
George.
wait.
Sandy?
George.
I'm Sandy.
George.
George?
George.
George.
Yeah, George.
92?
92.
92.
Foo Fighters.
Please.
Hello.
Tickets?
Hello.
Sandy.
Irving Plaza.
George.
George.
I'm Sandy.
Sandy.
George?
Hello?
Winners? Tickets.
Hello.
Irving Plaza.
92.
Foo Fighters.
Now.
Sandy?
Sandy.
George.
George.
Foo Fighters.
Foo Fighters.
Irving?
Irving Plaza?
AIDS.
Agnieszka. What's going on?
Right. Suck blank for K-Rock? Suck.
What's going on?
Sandy?
Sandy. George.
George.
AIDS.
George, 92?
Hello?
George.
Lopez.
George, 92?
George 92.
Sandy, 92?
92 K-Rock.
Sandy.
Sandy.
Oh,
Hello?
Sandy. Oh.
Wow.
Oh,
Sandy.
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 Sandy. Sorry.
George.
George.
Sandy.
George?
George.
George.
Yeah, George.
Sandy.
Oh, Sandy.
Oh, Sandy. George.
Of the jungle?
Happened.
93.
Oh, George.
Oh, boy.
Hello.
George.
Yeah.
You didn't get the
Wow.
tickets.
Sandy.
91.
Yeah.
Sandy.
Yes, I'm here. Hello.
Oh, Sandy.
What's going on? Please.
Foo Fighters. Irving Plaza. Sandy.
Suck cock for K-Rock.
Not.
George.
Not going.
George.
92.
So do you...
Hello?
Hello, I'm here. All I hear is a bunch of voices. Please
Sandy.
tell me whether I
Sandy.
want-
Sandy.
Yeah.
Sandy.
Irving Plaza.
George.
Yeah.
Foo
George.
Fighters.
George.
Who's George?
Who is George?
I'm George.
I don't...
George.
Yeah.
91. Sandy.
Yes?
93.
Oh.
Oh, no. 92.
92.
92.
92, Sandy.
So I did win.
Sandy.
Oh, no.
Wow.
Oh.
Oh, but Sandy.
George.
Yeah.
George.
Irving Plaza.
Yes?
Foo Fighters.
Yes?
George. 92.
I'm 92.
George. 92.
George, 92.
What's 92?
Awesome.
Sandy.
Oh.
92.
Cup of
Dirt.
urine.
Hickory Dickory.
Doc.
Cock?
George.
Yeah.
George.
Yeah.
Question.
Sure.
Jack be nimble.
Jack be quick.
No, sorry.
Oh, no.
No. Jack.
Sandy. Sandy.
Yes.
Hey diddle diddle.
All right, you could have just said I didn't win rather than keep me on the phone.
Oh.
Sandy.
Well,
I've got all day.
But, Foo Fighters.
Foo Fighters, Sandy.
Foo Fighters.
Name a Foo Fighters song.
Or, fucking Dave Grohl, man. I want
Oh.
Song, Sandy.
A song. A Foo Fighters song.
to... Oh, a song?
Yeah.
I guess Everlong.
Oh.
Oh, sorry.
come on.
Wrong song.
Sorry. Sandy.
Yes.
92.
92.
George.
Yeah.
94.
94.
Minus 2 equals
92.
92, Sandy.
92. 92. 3.
K-Rock.
George?
Yeah.
Sandy.
What?
Sandy.
Why the long face? Hello?
Sandy.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out why you people are taking pride in this.
Sandy, annoyed?
Pissed?
I'm trying to figure out whether this is just a big funny game.
Aggravated.
Foo Fighters.
Not happy?
92, 3 K-Rock.
Waste of time?
Sandy. Sandy, listen.
George?
George.
I'm here.
Sandy hung up.
Did she?
Yes.
Hey.
But thanks for calling. You were the 93rd.
48th.
All right, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, was she pissed? She was just Sandy.
Why do you-
What? It's
why
not
do
off.
people
Yes,
take
yes.
pride in this?
What? What?
Why do you
What?
people take
pride in this?
Now, for the people in America, we have 2 sets of phone lines here. This is the K-Rock line.
right.
After we go off the air, they play music and they give away their concert tickets and stuff. Now, our stupid pests now know what we're doing, so watch what happens now.
Yeah, this will all be pests.
Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
How many people are
Hello?
Hello?
What?
I would like Foo Fighters tickets, please.
Is the caller there? Is the caller there?
What's up?
I'm here.
I don't hear her. Do you hear her?
No.
No.
You don't hear me?
Foo Fighters tickets.
Foo Fighters. Yes.
This is Animal. Who we got on the line?
You got Andre.
Who?
Andre, not loud enough.
Andre.
Not loud enough.
How about this? Andre.
Nope.
No, not loud enough.
Louder.
What do I gotta do for tickets, man?
You got to suck cock for K-Rock.
Suck cock for K-Rock. Hello?
Who's on the phone?
Andre.
I heard a female.
Lauren.
I think she hung up.
Lauren.
Lauren. Do you
Lauren.
suck cock for K-Rock?
No. My girlfriend will, though. Come on, Foo Fighters.
Lauren, do you
Wait,
suck?
I can't. No. Lauren wants to go see the Foo Fighters.
Who does?
Lauren. Me from Staten Island.
We're going to have you two Foo fight it out.
Uh-oh.
Fight it out.
Yeah, we're
Fight
doing
it out.
our food fight
Yeah.
fighter
You don't have two
contest.
tickets?
So, Andre, punch her in the twat.
Whoever can get the other one.
I will uppercut her taint for those tickets.
Oh, sorry.
Lauren, what will you do for the tickets? He'll uppercut your taint.
Excuse me?
Yeah, he just uppercut your taint. That kind of hurts. Now you got to come back. You're Foo fighting. So what do you come back with?
Yeah.
I'll Foo finger her, too.
Oh no, he just Foo fingered you. What are you going to do?
He punched in the taint and he foo fingered you.
So
Lauren.
far he's winning. Lauren, what are you doing? Well, you got to get him back. You're Foo fighting.
Right. What do you got?
I don't know. I'm not really very violent, but I kick him in the balls if you want.
Kick in the
Lauren's
balls.
gonna kick him in the balls.
That's not too creative, but
Yeah,
it's effective.
But we got a food fight.
We got
a Foo fight. Foo fight going on right now.
Food fight on K-Rock.
3 balls so she could choose.
You got how many?
Wow. All right, Lauren, what else are you doing? He's coming up to you. He might give you another shot. What are you going to do?
All right. So far I'm kicking
Foo
the...
fuck me and I'll go with her.
Make it hurt.
Make it hurt. All right. Well, let's see. If I'm kicking him in the balls, he's going to be down. I guess I don't know. Maybe I kick him in the head at that point.
Oh.
He's going to be pulled over, right?
Damn.
Yeah,
I
damn.
don't know about that. I think that was kind of corny.
Damn. You just been pwned.
You've been pwned.
You've been
I'll Foo
pwned.
fuck you if I win the
Foo
tickets, I'll
fuck
bring
you.
Oh boy,
You
now.
can't say it on the, you can't say foo fuck
Come
you on the air.
on.
You
That's all right.
fucking cunt face. You can't say foo fuck on the air.
Yeah, there's
What about
FCC
the
rules.
Fucking FCC, you
USA,
shit cunt.
What are we done with the Foo fight?
I don't know. Well, Lauren,
I don't know.
it's to you. He's gonna.
Lauren, you got to get graphic.
Graphic, but I thought you can't get graphic on
Right.
TV.
Nah, don't worry about
She
it.
gave up. I think I won already.
Don't worry about it, Andre. You just sit down and shut up.
Yeah, we'll.
Let Lauren kick your ass a little bit.
All right.
Lauren, what are you going to do? Reach in with 2 fingers and do something.
Wow.
Go ahead.
I can't get graphic on K-Rock. I don't know what the hell to do.
Oh, my God.
Jesus.
You're going to lose.
How about we go with our make them growl to see Grohl contest?
Proud Sieg roll.
Oh, since the Foo fighting didn't work out?
No, thank you, Tom Philly. Ah!
Hold on, I'm at work. I have to go outside if we're fighting. I can't.
No, we want you to growl for Grohl.
Growl?
I like to make werewolf movies.
All right, wait. I heard a growl for Grohl.
I think Andre growl for
that was
Grohl.
mine. It was a little corny, but
No, I think that was Lauren.
Yeah, we need a better growl for Grohl.
A growl for Grohl.
Yeah,
Keep
You
saying
want a
it.
growl? Like a really, really loud growl? Or
Yeah.
like Oh, I don't know. Growl for Grohl. I tell you what, I'd be screaming my head off if I was at the concert.
Listen. It's either that or we're going to foo fuck you in the fuck hole.
You might not be screaming your head off. If you want Could you sneeze your cunt off?
How about you?
Okay.
What?
Yeah, is there any chance that I'm getting tickets?
Are you going to growl for Grohl or what?
Growl for Grohl.
Am I getting abused or?
When are you going to realize you didn't win the stupid tickets, you bitch? How much more obvious can we make it?
Ticket slut.
Make her moan. Maybe she'll do that.
Prize whore.
Tell her to moan for growl. She'll probably do that shit.
Why don't you moan for a dick in your ass, you fat?
Yeah, you were calling up too. You were calling too. What do you think? You're in the same boat she's in.
You're better.
Yeah.
The SS loser.
What do you think? We like cock? Of course we would have gave it to her in this case.
Exactly.
We had anything to give
What,
away.
you gonna turn your dick inside out and fuck it?
You want to see Dave Grohl? Turn on fucking MTV and hope for the best.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucked.
Yeah.
That's how we feel
It doesn't suck.
about you.
Doesn't suck to us.
I'm going to the show, front row, my friend. That's what us radio people do. Just if you end up there, just ask for Animal.
This is what we do to everybody
Animals
who
at the
doesn't
front
get
row.
Everybody who doesn't get tickets gets this. You fuck faces.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, front row.
Like we give a shit about our listeners. Now go away and get back to work.
Tell them Animal sent you.
We got a cushy job to get back to. Goodbye.
Oh, listen to Kiss, you
loser.
cunts.
So nobody listens to you.
What?
Exactly.
Poor guys were picked in high school. They need to sent out. Give me some goddamn tickets.
Not only do you like to be fucking your ass, but you push back and dare him to do it harder. You're a queer and you're getting nothing.
So long, faggot.
I'll give you a ticket to a load. What do you think of them apples?
I'll give you a bleedy dick in your anus.
That's right.
You get 3 kinds of AIDS at the same time.
That's right.
You useless fucking homosexual.
Jesus.
You non-contributing gay man.
That's right. Lou's giving you the business.
If there was a Lou here.
This is not a
Sir?
Lou. This is Animal.
Sir?
Sir.
Sir?
Sir.
Miss?
No, she hung up.
Sir?
You're not done?
No.
No, we're not done.
Could you go now?
Why don't you hang up? Our phone's broke. We don't have a hang up button.
That's right.
We need to, that's why we've been so mean. We want people to hang up.
Yeah, could you go now, please?
I'm not hanging up. I want those goddamn tickets.
There's something wrong with our phone. You called the cum sniffer hotline. We have no hang up power.
The only way you're getting a ticket is if you park your car up your mother's cunt, which is a fucking towaway zone because it's so disgusting in there.
You'll get a ticket for not filling the area enough.
When did you realize that you called the party
This
line,
is too
sir?
big just for one car.
You've reached the gay men's hotline. Hi, if you're into hot gay ass sex, stay on the line. Hello, Andre? Please push any key.
Push any key for
If
gay.
you are a cocksucker. Yeah, push those keys, you dick sucker.
That's right.
Push 1 if you like balls in your mouth. Push 2 if you like your asshole to be pulled out like a bloody tube sock.
He ain't gonna stop.
Let him push.
Let him push.
I love it.
0.
Oh, hello? Hello? Chat line, hello?
But there are also many, many other people who just love my dick.
Oh.
Oh.
Just play a little tune.
Musical faggot.
Damn! You just been pwned. Ush, 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 ush.
Damn, you've been foo-fisted.
Damn! Damn! You just been pwned.
I like to make werewolf movies.
We really are phoning it in.
Yes.
God damn.
Oh, this is unlistenable. This is awful.
This is just the worst. What do we do? This is for our own entertainment.
Here we are shitting on Steve Jobs for making a bad iPhone.
We're just sitting here bashing for our own entertainment.
Some
It's the
piece of
entertainment of 1, 2, 3, 6 people or so.
That's about it.
That's it.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
You hung in there a long time.
Yep.
So guess what we're going to do?
I give up.
Guess where you're going, sir.
We're going to call you a faggot again.
Right back at you.
And give you a little of this.
Damn, you just been pwned.
Exactly.
That's
right.
I'm a police officer.
Hey, what happened? That doesn't match.
Sir?
Huh?
You don't get tickets, but you can have the end of Eddie Van Halen's tongue in a glad baggie if you want that.
Listen up.
These are all different.
I know.
You know, Andres.
We understand. You're frustrated. we understand.
I know why that makes you feel better. I understand. I'd be doing the same thing in your position.
Absolutely.
Which is bent over with
don't you, faggot?
Else I could do.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
Those men wanted to have sex with me.
If you have a small dick, push a button.
Oh, that's what the thing is.
Yeah, small dick, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Stick with deep throats.
if you let a gorilla fuck you in the ass, it'll make you forget how small your dick is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've been flying a long time. You guys do a lot of work.
We do. This is our jobs.
Yeah, we got to get back to.
Oh, man, it's a great job. You get to poke fun of people you don't even fucking know.
Poke fun.
Poke fun. Easy
How about,
language.
how about
Whoa,
annihilate verbally?
All I've heard is faggot and fucking gay jokes. All
Your
you
whole
guys-
life, you mean?
You know, it's not easy being a board op here at K-Rock. So please relax. If we want to have a little fun, because we make like $8 an hour.
I'm relaxed, buddy. I'm calling for tickets.
Well,
Yeah, and we're the guys that, work the board and stuff, but, you
If
got
it
to...
bothers you, you should hang up and call the same number again and complain about everything we did.
Yeah, we control the
because
the
our
tickets.
bosses at K-Rock will probably fire us.
Yeah,
I
okay.
love you, Johnny Cakes. I love you, Johnny Cakes.
Listen. Why don't we just play a song for you and make nice here?
Yeah, what do you want to hear?
What do you want to hear?
You got any Britney Spears?
See that was stupid.
You don't go for the laugh, sir.
I don't want a fucking song. I want tickets, man.
Yeah,
Who do you want to say?
We're an alternative rock station.
Why don't you buy them?
How about this? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Hicksville.
All right, what's your name?
My name's Andre.
All right. Oh yeah. So you go, hi, this is Andre from Hicksville. You could say hi to whoever you want, and then request a song.
A shout out.
Shout out.
This is Andre.
No, hold on. We got to roll tape and stuff, and then we'll play it. What song you want to hear though? I got to make sure it's in the library.
Just put in some Enter the Sandman. Fuck it. I haven't heard some Metallica.
All right.
Enter Sandman.
All right.
It's a fucking gay song.
All right, ready?
Yeah, well,
Hold on. All right, hold on.
I just want to
Hold
shout out
on.
my,
When I say
my neighbor's family and man.
No. I want to run tape for you here. All right, ready? We're recording right now.
How you doing? My name is Andre from Hicksville. I want to give a shout out to Amanda and her family. Passed away yesterday. And,
Cut. Your phone is crapping out. Are you on a cell phone?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Let's try that
that's
again.
why.
All right, let's try that again.
All right.
Quiet in the studio. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. And we're recording.
All right. Everyone at K-Rock, suck my dick. Bye-bye.
Sorry, I coughed.
Did you cough?
Damn it.
All right, can we try that again?
Hello?
Sir.
Yeah.
Andre, Hicksville, shout out. Say how great the radio station is, and then the song. We'll start playing over your phone call, okay? Here
You're
we
gonna
go.
get the song you want, and we're gonna give you a pillbox hat made out of Amanda's clit.
Nice.
All right, here we go. We're recording in 3, 2.
Action.
He's gone.
Did he finally hang
There
up?
he goes. He finally fucking had it.
Jesus. What does he do all day?
We are the most persistent assholes. Oh, is that the worst?
But that was like 20 minutes.
Oh, of just us being douchebags.
Bothering one man.
For nothing.
Bothering one.
It was finally dead Amanda's pillbox hat cut.
Yeah, maybe that did it.
The Opie and Anthony Podcast.
Are we on? Oh my God.
We're back.
We're back. It's just babbling
It's
going
a
on.
whole. It's like a cocktail party in here all of a sudden. No cocktails.
No, it's Paul Williams in studio. Excited to meet the Foo Fighters. Thanks, Dave. We'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.
Bye, Foos.
Taylor, thank you. You get the hell out of here. Pat Smear. Sam, how's his face?
Yes, Sam got his face next to his face in a photograph for everybody to see.
Pat, I gotta say it. Hey, Pat. Good to see you. He's a big fan of your face. For real. Out of everything, he loves your face. Sam, you love his face, right?
Yeah.
See? All right. Bye, Pat.
Bye, Pat.
Bye, Paul. There goes Pat Smear.
See your face later.
See your face later.
My morning hug. Although you have to be careful about hugging on this show.
He loves your
awkward
face.
hug photos.
What's wrong with hugging?
Oh, no, he said the awkward hug.
Awkward, Jim Norton awkward.
Oh, we got
hug photos.
We got to do one. We're gonna do another, video.
Something really awkward.
But you're not awkward because you're like a lovely man, so you're comfortable being affectionate and genuine. It's more fun for people who aren't
No,
comfortable.
am I ever here in front of the No, what I do?
Tracy, I remember you.
I know.
How's the book tour going?
Really well.
I see you guys on Instagram and Twitter. You haven't stopped promoting this book.
Am I over here?
Yes.
Are you sick of promoting it?
No.
No.
We are
I'm
spiritual.
talking about
what did Oprah call
myself.
us? We're spiritual. What are we?
We're spiritual giants.
Spiritual giants.
No, she did not call us a giant. She called us.
Who, Oprah?
Spiritually dead?
No, we're
Almost alive. And now, spiritually,
we're
almost
spiritual
alive.
leaders. I don't know why I forgot the word leader.
Did you do Oprah twice?
We did Oprah once.
Once, but they aired it twice. So
Oh,
it's like
that's
doing
what it
Oprah
was.
twice,
Super
right?
Soul Sunday.
Super Soul Sunday.
That's bucket list stuff, you know.
Yeah.
You do you know Doug Benson?
Hey, Doug.
We've met.
We have met.
Yes. You came out to, I did a screening in L.A. of Smoking the Bandit, and you came out and talked to the crowd briefly
Oh, my
beforehand.
God. At one of your Benson screenings.
Yeah, Benson Movie Interruption.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
in a family, yeah.
That's right, I
It was
did.
very
Well,
nice of you to stop by and say hello to everybody. They
my
were
art
excited.
films, you know.
And then
Art films.
And then you didn't want to stay for the film.
The classic. Well, I've seen it a couple times.
Yeah, and also his character is only in the first scene and the last scene.
Exactly.
So sitting through the whole thing
Oh,
is
sure,
pointless.
rub it in. I show up at your screening and you give me that kind of crap.
Those are the two best scenes in the movie.
He has a lot of fans for them. They come on the road with the cars.
Big
They have,
Enos,
lined
Big
up of people
Enos
with
and Little
cars.
Enos.
It's crazy.
Because he's thirsty.
Personalized
dummy.
plates before they were a big deal.
But they blew it. They should have had you in more of the movie.
Billy Bob Thornton had the best line ever, that in the South they think Smoking the Bandit is a documentary. I love that.
Right.
Love that. Love that.
Did Bert show up to that or no?
No, Bert, no.
You didn't get Bert.
Although we just did Fast and Furious. They did a two-part takeoff on Smoking the Bandit at Fast and Furious, and Bert showed up for that, as of course I did, because if you call, I say yes.
That's good, though.
Really?
Yeah.
Doug smokes a lot of
That's
pot.
how he picks up the phone. Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
You're looking
What
at-
time? And
What
where?
time is the car?
Yeah. No, but that was basically me in the 70s and what I remember of the 80s. You know.
Doug smokes a lot of pot.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I still have gratitude and trust, though. Gratitude, ampersand, trust.
Gratitude and
Yes,
trust.
yes.
You can
Yeah,
he
I've-
has them. He can't spell them, but he has them.
I follow you on Twitter, and I enjoy all of your thoughts on recovery.
I have a
Gotta take
kind of an
advantage of them someday.
odd take on marijuana, because most people in recovery are just flat across the board that it's evil, you know. And you know, I'm a little left to that. First of all, I don't think anybody should be put in jail for smoking pot.
Right. Mhm.
You know, and I think that it's that we're headed in the right direction. I hate to see somebody get just seriously involved with marijuana when they're 12 to 14, because all of a sudden they've spent 10 years staring at their cuticles and going, "Wow," you know. So
Cuticles are pretty amazing.
I've done my share of cuticle gazing, so yeah, I get it. But
but
I'm not as hardline as
adults. It's for adults.
It's for adults,
Yeah,
and
not for every adult even.
you know, and during certain learning portions of your adolescence, it's something that should be avoided.
I think so. I agree.
Yeah.
I didn't start till I was 28.
What?
I didn't start smoking till I was 28.
I said what, as in wow. I don't believe
Yeah,
that.
no, it's
really.
true. Mhm. Yeah.
Well, he doesn't remember 14 to 27. That's what it is.
Just didn't run with that crowd. I was with all the drama kids in high school, and we didn't, maybe a drink or two, but didn't get into drugs at all.
I bailed on all that by the time I was 28, and Jimmy a lot younger than that.
Yeah, I got.
Yeah, some people get in their early 20s when they hit it hard and then have to quit it hard.
But you started pot at 28.
I didn't start till 28.
That's
so,
strange.
So
Jim, how long
to
are you
make it
sober?
work.
Since '87.
Wow,
Since I was
you
18.
beat me by 3 years.
Yeah. I was
He
a
was
young
17.
18.
18.
You guys were in quite a close race.
Do you find it's harder though? Like with all this talk about legalizing pot, of course I'm not going to smoke it, but then it's like I start thinking like, fuck, man, it sounds the way they're describing it sounds so good.
Yeah, but it's not the same pot that we smoked.
Right.
The pot that we smoked was, all right, this is good, this shit's not bad. The classic Robert Mitchum, he called me Doughboy. Doughboy, this shit's not bad, but you might like it, and then he would give you something that would cross your eyes. These days, it would cross his eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's strong.
I'm told.
But the way they talk about it, it just sounds so. I mean, alcohol is legal, so it's not like legality.
Tracy, you
What's
should
wrong with
jump in here
Tracy?
because you're the only human being I know that turned down drugs from everybody.
Except my father. My father was the first person to ever get me high.
Wow.
When I was 16.
Wow.
And then he made me get naked in the hot tub with my grandmother. And I thought, if this is what getting high means, I have to see my grandmother naked in the hot tub, it's not for me.
What a great family! I'd love to marry into your family. That's
No, you wouldn't.
phenomenal.
No, you wouldn't.
Wait a minute.
When I pick out a partner to write a book with,
hold
when
on.
I pick out a partner to write a book with,
Right.
I pick out a partner
These
to
are
write a
fucking.
book with.
These are midnight cowboy flashbacks.
I know.
The
That's
two
like
of you.
really.
That,
Can you
wow.
imagine? And my grandmother looked like grandmother woman in Fish Called Not Fish Called Wanda in Something About Mary, the one with the tan and the tits. That one. That's what she looked like. I thought, if this is what getting high is,
You guys talk
I
about
think
yourself. I'm
I'm
gonna get my
just
coffee.
Gonna drink white
Paul?
wine.
So what? What happened in the hot tub? He told you to get.
No, my father went through a hippie phase, which now he's not. Now he's in a Christian phase. But anyway, in his hippie phase, he had a ranch and he was smoking pot, and he got us, he brought it out, and I didn't smoke pot up till then. And then he said, let's all get naked in the hot tub. So we all got naked in the hot tub, and that was the end of it. No one did anything. I mean, there wasn't like incest happening.
But there was no weird vibe about it.
Yeah, it was like fucking crazy. Like I had to see my grandmother naked, stoned.
I got a lot of questions. Like,
Yeah, I know.
as a father, I can't imagine doing that to my daughter.
He's done a lot. He's done worse stuff. Trust me.
But
yeah.
why did he needed you naked?
He
How about a
just thought
tiny
we-
little bikini?
He just thought we should all be naked in the hot tub. I don't know.
Was he naked in the hot tub?
We can't go there.
Oh no, Paul.
It was, huh?
Yeah, I know.
I can't believe I'm telling this on radio.
Why not?
Oh my
It's
God,
a true
what
story,
happened
though.
to her?
It is a true story. Nothing happened to me. I trust you. I'm okay.
But you had to see your dad naked
Yeah.
at 16.
It's a little old.
Yeah.
And he blamed it on being a hippie.
I think so. I don't remember. My dad's really weird, but yeah.
But had you gotten weird
That
vibes
is
from him
so
before
hot.
that?
No, but there was the whole family. It was a family thing. It wasn't like
Yeah.
just me. It was just
Yeah.
like a family thing.
Yeah.
It was just like, this is what you do. It's in California and everyone gets naked. And, it was like the 70s.
But forcing
it wasn't
you.
like a sexual,
Not exactly
I don't think we didn't
Andy
put a gun to
Griffith
my
moment.
head. He just
No.
said, let's all get naked and get in the hot tub. So we just
Did you have a nice
did.
body at 16?
Yeah.
Who sat next to who?
Asking.
I think I sat next to my grandmother.
And who sat on the other side?
I think one of my stepsisters.
How old was your grandma naked?
Like 80. That was
Oh
the really
my
bad
God, that's
part.
way worse.
Well, there's a buzzkill.
That's the real crime.
She was
It's a
10, no,
buzzkill.
she was a little younger, like 75. Let's give her 75.
Wait a minute, 80 is not that far away.
75.
I mean, I'm 74.
She was like
I
Paul's
don't look
age.
that bad.
It was like Paul's
You look
age.
terrific, actually.
Thank you very
You
much.
look
Love to see you
wonderful,
nude in a
Paul.
hot
Exactly.
tub.
I don't want you to ever see me naked.
I'd love
though.
to.
Let's all get nude.
Yeah, right. We go.
Want to do
You know
this?
what? If we did this
Where's
nude,
the hot
I got to
tub?
tell you, the ratings for everything we touch, we go through the ceilings. But it's don't get that.
What,
look
what
on
if
your
I told you we all got to get naked to sell some books? You'd do it in a second, right?
No, I wouldn't. No.
You so would. You so
I'm with Paul.
would.
Okay, right?
I don't want to get
so
naked.
would.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Well, only
Yes,
if I
he
get to go
would.
first.
I was going to say, if you get to go first, yeah.
I don't know if I could get naked
Yeah.
in front of you guys.
I'd be more embarrassed about my stomach.
Yeah.
That's all I
Right.
care about.
At a certain point, we all have stomachs that have a mind of their own. No matter what you do, no matter what kind of exercise, I run 2 miles every day. I still have you don't want the word gelatinous ever used to describe any portion of your being.
Yes.
So
Well,
gelatinous.
That's
is-
where we hold our weight as guys.
Yeah.
Right?
Gelatinous. What's the other one?
So importantly,
Limp.
Yeah.
16, you're naked in the hot tub. Did that ever happen again?
No.
Oh, it was a one-time thing.
That was a one time.
Well, how did you say no the next time?
He never asked again.
Oh,
You never got you
boy.
high again either?
No.
Oh, interesting.
It was just a phase, and then I don't think he got high much later. I honestly, but all I remember back, I can't believe it. All I remember it was the first time I ever smoked pot.
You said he did worse stuff though. What did he do that was
no,
worse?
psychologically. I mean, he's just mean to me. But that was, I guess maybe I thought that was affectionate. Like, let's all have a family event.
What do you mean mean
It could have been, but that goes to a
like
really
he
nasty
throws me out of the
place.
house for being late and stuff like that. Like,
Wait,
no,
what-
he's just like, he's not a nice guy. My father, I can't believe I'm doing this. My father is not a good guy. It's in the book. I mean, I
Yeah.
can talk about
So-
it. He ignored me when I was a kid. I'd see him in the supermarket and he would like walk past me.
Go to www.gratitudeandtrust.com to find out what happens to Tracy and her dismal daddy.
It's
The dismal daddy
So it's a
show.
miracle I didn't do drugs actually. So I had reason to do drugs, but I didn't do drugs. That's sort of my
But
story.
what was your thing again? OCD, I think. You
I'm
told us.
OCD. Like older men. Like I was like,
Tough to deal with,
like
obviously.
a lot of older men because I was looking for a dad who like behaved like a dad, right?
Why don't we develop a
That's what I
film
wanted.
called Dismal Daddy? I mean,
Dismal
Bad Santa
Daddy.
made a lot of money.
Dismal
Dismal
Daddy.
Daddy, the story of a wretched childhood.
Was it his father, his mother that was naked?
Yeah, that was honest to God, that was the worst part of it.
That is weird.
I know. Then she died of lung cancer.
But I have to
it's
describe
like-
to people that can't see Opie right now. He's got this little glint in his eye.
He has this
and
big
this
tent in his
half
pants.
Well, I'm
smile-
tormented.
a half
I'm
smile
tormented
he
by the
can't quite get rid of.
16-year-old and then the grandma.
But I wasn't the only 16-year-old
repelled
there.
but
There were
attracted.
other. I think
It's
my older half sister
It's
was there.
exhausting.
There was a bunch of kids.
Let me ask you, which one do you think it was that your dad really wanted to see naked
Yeah,
and
the
then
more naked
orchestrated
kids,
this
the
whole
merrier,
thing?
apparently.
I don't think
Yay.
he wanted to see anybody naked. Really, I just think he wanted like a.
I think he wanted a control.
I think he
it was.
just wanted like a California experience.
You had a hot friend at the time.
Yeah, or half sister or something.
We know how guys think. So he's saying, all right, if I could
Everybody get
I could get my
naked.
daughter
Yeah.
naked, that doesn't seem weird because we're hippies, and then I get to see her friend naked.
See,
That's
tells
how
you a
that
lot
went
of
down.
That's how Opie thinks.
What? What's wrong with thinking that way?
Of course, yeah. Oh my God.
So I stayed clean after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And turned down drugs from everybody.
Everybody.
Who'd you turn him down from?
Hunter Thompson.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you did say that.
Yeah, I told
mentioned
you
that.
last time. Yeah.
She hung out with Hunter Thompson. That's
Yeah,
pretty fucking
I
cool.
heard all about that.
He didn't
That
try
was
and get me naked or anything, but
crazy.
We
Actually,
met
I
in
think he
we met
did
in
it. He did
Mitchum's bedroom.
suggest
I mean,
that
how
we all
about
did.
that for the beginning of a story? We met
Mitchum
in
was
Mitchum's
always
bedroom.
good.
What? I
Mitchum
haven't
never
heard
tried
that
anything.
before. Can you
Always
tell
Mitchum.
us about that?
When we met,
Yeah.
we were in Robert Mitchum's bedroom,
and Mitchum and I were getting high,
and they both ignored me.
and she came in and said, "I'm a big fan of your music." It was so kind of her, and I said,
I
most
hope it got you
vapid,
laid.
arrogant. Yeah, I said, "I hope it got you laid."
And I
just
went,
the
"Ugh."
most arrogant, vapid.
I think that's why. I think that's a nice thing to
horrible-
wish on somebody.
Well, not the way I said
not
it.
like rainy
Oh,
days
yeah.
and Mondays, and I hope it got you laid. It just was like really, oh, that's
Yeah.
really
So
sad. Like every guy says that
She
kind of
walked
shit.
out of the room a big Neil Diamond fan.
You expected more out of Paul?
I expected a lot more.
Brilliant
out of Paul.
writing, and then he throws that awful line
I
at you.
just, I thought Paul was, Dream Away, and I Can't Last a Day Without You, and the whole
Old-fashioned
time
love
he was
song, for
singing
Pete's sake.
old-fashioned love song, and all the time he was thinking of was, "Will this get me laid?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I
like,
was thinking of at the time.
Yeah,
you know,
well,
it's,
so.
At any rate, then I got sober, and we met when I was like 10 years sober, and it was a different relationship.
I'm sure you got away with a lot of stuff back then because everyone was, just happy that you said anything to them. Like you were a big deal.
I was, well, in my
you were
mind,
well liked, even though you were a mean guy.
I'm not sure I was totally a mean guy. I just, every now and then I said things that were just totally thoughtless, self-absorbed, and that would be described as 70s and 80s. But,
Yeah.
What do you think of the Bill Cosby thing?
Ooh, sad.
It's so sad.
Yeah, so sad.
What do you
And,
think that's about? Because, if you're a big star like yourself, Paul Williams, you don't have to
Oh, my God.
You don't have to
didn't have to knock anybody out.
What? I'm just going to say it. You don't have to be drugging girls to get some action. So what is his thing, you think?
I won't comment on something I know nothing about and everything. I'm
Fair
going
enough.
to be a really boring guest at this moment and just say that it's really sad for everybody involved and
enough.
all. But if he did those things and all, oh my, how horrific! How horrific! And the message that I hope that gets out of this whole thing is if you're on the south end of a situation like that, if you're a young lady and you're abused by somebody in that alleged fashion. Step forward. Let's create an environment where people can speak up about what's going on, where they don't feel this is a big star. I got to keep this to myself. That there is no shame in an act like that for the person who is the victim, and let's make sure that whoever is the victim of something allegedly perpetrated like that knows that. Let's create an environment where they can step forward, go to the police, and say, "This happened to me. This shit's got to stop."
One of the reasons I thought like it sounded believable to me is because like when you're that famous, you start to worry that if you do something, people are going to talk. Like, was there at any point when you were, you know, in the 70s when you were doing coke and all that, where you're like, if I fuck this person, this is going to be a problem? Like, were you worried about it coming back to haunt you at all? Like, you know,
I should have been. Oh my God,
Too fucked up to worry
Every now
about
and
it.
then I said straight up in bed, I did that. Oh my God,
Really?
But I always wonder, like, why do guys? This is like a girl question in this room full of guys. When someone does something, and I think I understand the sad. Okay, but what is it sad for Bill Cosby? Is it sad because he's an icon? Is it sad for the girls? Because if he behaved that way,
All of the
why do
above.
we feel sad for him?
No,
Because he's
right.
a real, you know what I mean? He's like a perv, and he's really gotten away with it because he's famous and rich. So I don't know that I feel sad for him as
Not
much
for
as
him.
I
I
do
feel-
mad
I
at
don't
him.
feel sad for him.
The
But
sadness
people
is-
everyone go, oh, it's really. I think it's like it's sad because it's gone. That icon,
It's
that
sad
you know,
for
the Jello
us,
guy,
yeah.
you know
Right.
what I mean? Clint Huxtable. You
we
know what I
can't
mean? It's
enjoy
like-
him anymore, and
Yeah.
it's like when you're
That's
losing
sad.
Can't
somebody
enjoy
you've enjoyed.
Clint
That's
Huxtable anymore.
Yeah.
His name was Cliff, but
Cliff. Well,
Clint Huxtable sounds more like an
That's his
action,
cousin.
action hero.
And
It's
now
okay.
he's- yeah,
and Clint
Clint-
did
Action
nothing.
Jackson.
Clint did nothing. Clint's cool, so maybe Clint can come in.
Yeah, let's not besmirch Clint Huxtable
Right.
here.
One of the accusers casually said, as she was retelling her story, that I think she said it was the 60s or the 60s, I believe. Because she all of a sudden was naked in front of Cosby, and she casually said, but it was the 60s. We all just kind of did that.
Yeah, we were about to get in the hot tub
With our
Teresa
grandmother.
and-
But that's kind
But
of
was
true.
was it easier back then in the 60s and the 70s where everyone was just fucked up and naked all the time for real?
You have to realize that there was this amazing thing that happened in San Francisco in the summer of love, and that kind of switched everybody. We kind of rolled into it. And a lot of middle-aged people acted like the teenagers were. That was, it was an amazing kind of a spiritual awakening.
Yeah, like
and a
key
freedom.
parties and stuff were happening.
What's that?
Key parties, you know, where people go and throw their keys in
Oh,
the punch
that's right. I
bowl,
never
and then
went to
they
a key
leave with
party.
somebody else's keys, and that's whose
But
wife you
everybody
got
just
to go
got
home
naked.
with.
I remember that in the 70s.
Yeah.
In California, you'd go to a party, and afterwards, everyone would just go out and get in the hot tub, get in the swimming pool, take off their clothes. It was just sort of like having a cigarette.
We did that.
Wow, can you
We
tell
did
us
that.
more about you being naked? Or maybe a sexier story that doesn't
don't-
include your grandma?
I don't have any. Had we been Instagramming them? This is the thing. Can you imagine? Had we been Instagramming them, it would have been an entirely different situation.
Well, which
I think
brings
there's
up-
too much social media now. People maybe they're doing. It, but
Yeah,
they
you
don't do
bring
it.
up a great subject there because all of a sudden people are doing things like in a moment of sort of unbridled enthusiasm, on Instagram, Facebook, whatever like that. That all of a sudden they're running for office and eek, or whatever. They're going to come back and bite them on the ass in 10 years.
Right.
Yeah, you can't. Any communication you have now is savable and can be used against you forever. Whether it's a text or an email or Facebook, anything, whether it's meant to be private or not, it doesn't matter.
It's all out there.
Yeah.
And I say that to my kids. I'm like, you're not doing anything no one else didn't do, but nobody took pictures of themselves 24/7 doing it.
But isn't
like
it
there's no record of anybody.
It's kind of even now though, because everyone's kind of in the same boat.
And it's interesting because when you said that in little balloons above everybody's head in this room was like, oh shit, I wish I hadn't done that. You saw this little thought for the balloon. It was like,
How old
Not
are
me.
How old are your kids, Tracy?
I have a 14-year-old and a 23-year-old.
Are they doing selfies and all that?
But the 23-year-old, no, because she's now working and life is serious.
Right.
The 14-year-old, there's a lot of days when I go in there and go, take that down off Instagram.
Wow, really?
Well, just because she's really hot, and they take each other pictures of each other. She's a really pretty girl, and all her friends
Sure.
are pretty, and they all get dressed up at night, and then they put on the big lips, and then they take pictures, and it's like some guy. It's not good.
Does she get mad at you? You know she has fake accounts too, right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
let's not go there.
Let's not go there this week. She does. No, she does. She probably does get mad at me. She probably has this whole seething mommy doll. She sticks there's probably a voodoo doll somewhere there that she sticks pins in every time I do it. But I just do it because she wants to go to Yale. She's really smart. I said, people look at this stuff when you go to college.
Right.
This job, people, when you go for a job, it's going to be a problem for
But
these kids.
what I got to bring up is that like about 7 years ago or something like that, Tracy made a documentary called Lucky Ducks. And Lucky Ducks she was looking at her teenage daughter who had no gratitude, who could tell you whether a handbag was a fake or the real thing from 3 blocks, but probably couldn't tell you, what the 3 branches of government were. and she decided that she needed to throw some gratitude and a wake-up call into her daughter, so she took her to India to work in a school. I mean, it's an amazing documentary, so she's had a kind of hands-on thing about trying to throw some light into some dark corners of adolescence for a lot of years.
But now she's mad at me about that because, now she's really on the straight. I mean, she's a good kid. She's got a great job, and people Google her, and the first thing that comes up, I was the most spoiled teenager in New York, and she goes, "Can we get that down off Google?" Because everyone calls up at the office saying, "Are you still really spoiled?" So now she's sort of like, "Why did you do that?"
But the thing that I loved is you came back from that. So you made that film because you thought your daughter needed to change.
But
and
I
went,
needed to change.
And you were the one that needed
I
to
was
change.
spoiled.
Which takes us right back to something needs to change.
And it's probably all of
me, the
us.
first affirmation
And she was
in the
also
book.
probably a typical teenager. She wasn't worse than others.
No, she
Right.
she just yelled a little more now. I mean, now that I look back on it, she was better than a lot. And they're all different. I mean, you have kids, right?
I'm raising kids in New York, and I fucking hate that I'm doing it in New York City.
It's
You
so
were talking
hard.
about
It's
getting
hard,
a place
right?
with a sidewalk. Remember?
Huh?
You were talking about possibly finding a place with a sidewalk and trees.
I would love to. We're not there
What
yet.
happened? Yeah.
It's scary to raise kids in New York City, right?
It is so scary. And now
These kids are dicks.
and they
Yeah.
and bars
Not mine.
serve them.
I don't think mine are. I'm sure someone would say mine are as well. But New York City kids in general, they're dicks.
Yeah, they scream and
Well,
yell.
there goes a third of your audience.
There's a certain entitlement.
The audience is impotent.
Yeah.
Now you really lost them.
Do you agree, though?
I think raising kids in New York is really hard.
Really
But you
hard.
know what? It's hard here, but then if you go out in the Midwest, they all take crystal meth. So I don't know what, I think it's hard wherever you go. I think in the suburbs, they're really bored and they sit in their garages and they make drugs and they drive really fast and they smash their cars. I think it's just, you pick your poison.
Right.
I think they are spoiled here. I think they're exposed to a lot here. I think they have autonomy too early here. That's, I think, the scariest thing is, I mean, when I grew up, someone had to drive me somewhere until I was 16. Yeah. Here at 13, they're like,
See ya. I'm on the subway.
I'm on the subway, I'm on the bus,
That scares the
and
fuck out of me.
And they're gone. And
Right.
they can do things on their own. And that, I think, gives them the sense that they are grown up,
Mhm.
but they're really not. They're
Right.
still kids.
Right.
And they don't have that.
And
worked
add to
out.
the fact
Gotcha.
that these days the devil delivers. You can sit in your bedroom, click on your computer, and you can find anything, everything
But now you're
you
talking
want.
about yourself, right?
Well, of course, but I'm talking about the dangers for kids as well.
There's also, but there's some good websites. I watch things I might not be inclined to watch otherwise, but I don't go out and do a lot of things. I probably do less things because I can watch them. It kind of comes both ways. Sometimes it saves me a lot of money, and other times it takes me down a road like, oh boy, I wish I didn't know that existed.
Yeah. I mean, back in the 70s, it was, a pay-per-view movie in your hotel room. You could watch Swedish Fly Girls, and that was pretty
Right,
exciting.
yeah,
right.
But now, you
And get
click
naked
on
in the hot tub.
Yeah.
It's
What's that?
And get naked in the hot
And
tub.
get naked in the hot tub without your grandmother.
Yeah, the grandma.
Thank God we
It's
couldn't
rough.
afford grandparents.
That's rough. Where you at, Paul? You getting any temptations out there?
No, everything is wonderful.
Everything's good with you?
I mean, I'm living in gratitude, and I'm 74. I have a life I couldn't imagine right now. It's spectacular. And this has been a labor of love. This book has been,
I started it.
Did you? Excellent.
I will read the whole thing. I'm not just saying that. We got so many books in the last couple months for interviews that every time I was about to go back to your book, there was another book I had to read for an
But
interview.
this is a book you can pick up and kind of look at anywhere. I mean,
True.
if you look at the 6 affirmations, you go to the number 3. I will learn from my mistakes and not defend them. We can do an hour on that affirmation alone. If I've got a black belt and whoops, I spent years lying through my teeth about the mistakes I made. And as Tracy says, you become an emotional Sherpa carrying that crap around with you. So. There's a lot of stuff in there about how to clean up your life.
I wish you had pictures in here, though.
Yeah,
Grandma,
huh?
It makes the book go by faster.
But there's not many pictures in gratitude and trust you can show.
Exactly.
I know, but
There's
just
a picture
a few
of us in
pictures.
Mitchum's bedroom.
Yeah, that I'd like to see.
It's in that book. It's in
Is that
that
chapter?
book.
Is that
Are you
chapter
serious?
7?
I thought you were kidding.
No, and we were both
that-
we were both fat.
That's us. Yeah.
How about a hot tub picture?
Tracy was a chubster.
I was a
she was.
chubster.
What happened?
I got thin.
After that, I'm telling you that.
Why'd you get fat?
The hot tub scarred her.
Well, I think that I had a lot of emotional issues,
Defensive.
and I stuffed them with food.
Is this bad that I'm
Defensive
saying
way.
this way?
No, it's a fair question.
I'm sorry, Tracy.
I,
I think
was
it's
fat. I was
she was
totally fat.
I'll
I
be
was
honest-
totally fat.
That's why we put the
But I'm not
picture in
fat
the book.
now, so I'm happy.
I find Tracy.
Wow.
I find Tracy very sexy for real. So it's
God.
very.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So Well, I mean,
I think you're sexy too.
whoa, look at Tracy.
It's great. It's great. Once you guys have a threesome, me and Doug will just jerk each other off.
Holidays, you know.
But
Happy holidays.
I'm surprised.
Okay,
that
now we get naked.
I'm really surprised. I'm seeing a picture of you. You know, let's just say a little heavier. How many pounds heavier?
35 pounds.
Wow.
What finally happened where you lost the weight? Just going to the gym and eating better?
You know, I did every diet, and we talk about this because Paul was a little tubby too. If you look at Paul, you know he's a little rotund there.
Sorry, Paul, that I don't find you as attractive
But-
as
You know,
Tracy.
Well,
I wasn't happy.
I thank God for that every morning.
Okay, good.
And we talk about this in the book, actually, not to bring it back to the book, but when you're not happy, you eat a lot of times. I mean, a lot of weight issues are not food issues; they're emotional issues. And I wasn't happy, and I ate until I got happy.
We don't talk
I
in the
think
book.
that's true.
We don't talk in the book about what you eat. We talk about why you eat
Yeah.
and when you eat.
When I
Why?
had- yeah, but I was fat till I was about 35, and I'm probably the thinnest I've ever been.
And were you not as a child?
I was a little tubby as a child. I
Little
probably
bit?
yeah, but it never really stopped me from doing anything. I mean, I would go up and down. Like I'd lose 20 pounds and I'd gain it back, and I'd lose 20 pounds and I'd gain it back, which is the worst thing you can do for yourself. It's better
Right.
just to. But yeah, no, I was one of those girls they called zaftig.
You were heavy set.
And I would always really bother. I'd go and I'd try on clothes and I'd go, "That's very slimming," and I'd go,
Yes,
"So you
it's
say
a
I'm
circus
fat?"
tent.
I look fat
The
to
calf can. What do they call
Yeah.
it?
The eating addiction, that's a rough one, huh?
Yeah.
The hardest.
That's what Jimmy always says. That's the hardest
Because
one.
you can't stop eating.
You have
gotta
to eat to
right?
survive.
Yeah, you can't abstain from food and everything. But here's what would happen to me. I walk on stage. I think everybody loves me. Aren't I hot? Aren't I wonderful? I go back. I go back to the hotel room, as you do after a gig. You look at it, you realize that there's that bed, and you're going to climb in it alone. And the rhyming couplet that I came up with is like the cigarette that follows the ringing of the phone. I get hungry when I realize I'm going to bed alone, and the refrigerator gets empty. That's it. I just would eat crazy at night, trying to fill that void in the center of the chest. You know, like hungry replaces lonely.
So how do you avoid that?
That makes sense.
I mean, it's not easy, obviously, but
well,
do you have any suggestions
It's
for
like
the people
not
that deal with
drinking.
that?
It's like not drinking. It's
You're-
like not smoking too. Not drinking too much. Or not drinking at all if you have a problem. It's like not smoking, which we really shouldn't. And cigarettes. It's just controlling your impulses. And
But I
you can
think-
have something. The average American. But this is a good thing actually to talk about. The average American between Thanksgiving and New Year's gains 11 to 12 pounds. In that little period of time, that's just between the holidays and going out.
It's probably
and
'cause they
being
eat more.
lonely. And they eat.
No,
and
I
then
just wanted to contribute nothing.
and that was nothing.
That's a
Wait,
period
let me
of
write that down.
That's a lot of
because-
holiday eating goes on there, so that
Yeah.
makes
And
sense.
so there's a lot of loneliness, and people think that people that aren't going out, you know,
Yeah.
they stuff it, you know, they okay,
Yeah.
well, you know, so it's a time when, you know, do something that's good for yourself and not something that's bad for yourself.
The average is 11 pounds?
11
between
pounds.
Thanksgiving and New Year's.
I
They
heard-
join
And
a lot
most
of
people
gyms
don't take it-
that they quit after
And
a
most
month.
people
Yeah.
don't take it off. So that you add that
Yeah,
up over
every
a
year.
lifetime.
Right.
Think about now you're 65 years old, you know, hello.
5 pounds on Thanksgiving itself.
But
It
you know
seems
what?
Is
to be
that true?
about.
Yeah.
To address
Typically,
what-
people can
what you're
gain that
talking about,
much.
Opie, what do you do? First of all, you identify the problem. The way the gym and I got sober is that we identified the problem. Something needed to change, and it's probably me. I came out of a blackout one more time, and it was like, wait a minute, this has got to stop. I'm going to kill somebody. This is horrific. So when you realize that you're going down that road, that nothing is fitting anymore, you're piling on the weight and everything. The first moment is recognizing what the problem is and then addressing it. You know, and it was, you know, for me, it was when we started the book, I weighed 160. My son turned to me and he said, "Dad, you're starting to look like a cookie jar." I went, "Wait a minute," and he was right.
You do look
Something
like a
needs to
cookie
I
jar,
look like
yeah.
a cookie
You
jar.
do.
Something
Cookie
needs
jars
to
are
change.
delicious.
What's wrong with being
They're
a
delicious
big
cookie jars.
delicious cookie?
A cookie jar is a wonderful thing.
Depends
filled
what
with
cookie
yumminess.
it is.
But it
You're
doesn't
full
get
of
you laid if you
goodness.
look like
That's a good point.
You don't want to take your clothes
What
off
kind
when
of
you look
cookie,
like
though?
a cookie jar. You know, any
Peanut butter
kind.
cookie?
What's wrong with the show? You have just identified exactly what's
I
wrong
don't
with the
answer
show.
the cookies
You
'cause
come
I
in here and we
wouldn't eat
start
those.
talking
Yeah.
about
I'm trying to help
about
you
weight
out.
control.
Yeah.
And
If you look like a
start talking
delicious
about what
cookie,
kind
then
of
that's
cookies.
okay.
Maybe he
I
meant
want
the guy
my
from
mommy.
Vegas.
I want my
And we
mommy.
brought you guys cake.
Well, yes, she
brought
got.
you
Look at
food.
this.
What are you
She
doing?
brought you
No.
this.
We're
not
She
eating your
brought you
cake.
this. Wait a
Because you
minute.
guys gave up cupcakes last time, and so we brought you
Tracy's
cake.
very needy.
Tracy's very nice. She's a nice girl.
She's needy, though. It's obvious she's needy.
Oh, of course I'm needy.
Next time you come in, no gifts.
Well, you gave us a gift last
that's why I
time.
Have confidence enough to just come in here without treats.
Oh my
It's
God! Look at
checkered
this.
God.
cake for your
I can't eat
checkered
that.
pass.
What kind
Oh,
of?
that
can I
looks
look at that?
delicious.
Damn.
It's checkered cake in honor of all of our checkered past.
Wow.
Whoa,
That looks amazing.
that's
What bakery?
excellent. Tracy. High five.
High five.
Well,
William.
low five in my
this
case.
This is ridiculous. It's like donut cake.
It
And
looks
that doesn't
very
make
rich.
me needy,
I prefer
Opie. That
flan.
just makes
All
me
right,
generous,
fair enough.
okay?
Yes, it's very nice.
Oh my
Thank you.
God, does
I-
that smell good?
She's a good guest. She
I'm
comes
a
in and she
good
brings
guest.
something for the
You're
host.
supposed to bring something
Well,
when you come to
Opie's
someone's
attracted
house.
to her, and she brings gifts, and it's
It's we need forks and plates.
we
Yeah.
need coffee.
But what
is
if you
we
have
need.
like a?
Do you need a cup of coffee, Paul?
I had cup, but then I got all excited with the Foo Fighters, and we were doing selfies.
Hold on, we'll get you some. What do you want?
No,
I'll have someone get it. What do you
Jim
want?
Norton, remember?
Let me just let them know.
Hey Jim, you're Jim.
We have a good coffee machine. See, someone's already running down the hall for you.
Paul will not lose a good selfie for a cup of coffee.
Never,
Do you
never.
talk, you talk to Barbara Streisand at all?
Never.
I know. I tried. Oh, not Paul.
Why? You guys had a hit song
We
together.
don't hang together. It's like
She's no fun.
But I'm sure she's probably a lot of fun.
If she was walking,
That's when you're like so not fun when you say stuff like that.
yeah, exactly. You want me to say that was working with Streisand was like having a picnic at the end of a runway, but I don't say things like that anymore. I'm
makes you
involved.
fun when
I'm in
you say it.
recovery.
Was she a little
You like
difficult?
it, though,
Well,
don't
it's still,
you?
you're at least
difficult.
having a
I like
picnic. It may
this.
be in the wrong spot, but it's still a picnic.
But
Were
you
you
know what?
naked? Let's talk about that. Were you naked at the end of the runway?
No, I wasn't naked at the end.
Okay.
The fact is, though, that you know, I mean, she just put Evergreen on the last Duets album again. I mean, God bless her, because when she does something like that, then I
Cha-ching.
can
Really?
take care of my kids.
Are those
Paul
checks,
gets a new car. Yeah.
those checks are still nice
Those
for
checks
Evergreen?
are, for all of
Paul
it.
needs a new car, actually. That's actually a
Oh,
really good.
listen,
Paul, get a
all the
new
way over here, we
car.
talked about the
Get a
way I
new
dress.
car.
Paul,
Now we're
get
going to talk about my car.
You
I
need
have
a new car.
I have a 2003 Audi TT that is tuned, lowered, APR exhaust. It's been chipped. It's killer.
that-
It drives like a go-kart.
Except it stops on the freeway like every other week.
Oh, stop it.
You
Would
guys are sick of each
stop
other,
it?
aren't you?
No, we
Can't
love
we
each
go
other.
back to my clothes?
You've
I
had
don't
it with
want
each
him
other.
to die. No, I don't want him to die in his car. I care about him.
But if I get rid of that, I'll get like a Lotus Elise or I'll get something even quicker. So just
But it
stop
won't stop.
Yeah, but if Paul dies in his car, your book sales go up, and you can actually profit off that because
And you
you're
guys will
the
have-
last thing he ever wrote.
That's
is
right.
it,
And I'll
yeah.
come on by myself.
Well,
I'll go home and drive.
well,
Bye. Bye.
we'll see about that.
What, is there a specific song you think that you've made more money in royalties off of than any other song you wrote?
You know, it's interesting that what
Rainbow
a
Connection?
really exciting good. Rainbow Connection just keeps getting
It's
cut.
gotta be a big
Rainbow
one, right?
Connection. Rainbow Connection is Kenny Ash and I wrote that for the Muppet. We wrote all the songs for the Muppet movie, and it just keeps getting cut.
Who doesn't
want
to cover that song?
It's
a great classic song.
I've done duets with Willie Nelson, with Jason Mraz. The Scissor Sisters did it. The Dixie Chicks did it. Hey, wait a minute. I write with the Scissor Sisters.
Don't Fonzie bang them?
That was the Scissor Triplets.
Don't laugh at the Scissor Sisters.
We did a couple things together. At any rate, but no, and then you got something like the Love Boat that's shown, for 11 years, first run on. I wrote the Love Boat.
The
theme
guy
with
saying
Charlie
that
Brown.
just died recently, right?
No, he's not. He's Jack
He's
Jones.
alive?
Fine.
Alive?
He's alive. Yeah.
Oh no! I just heard him play a song being sung by him on the radio. If somebody like that, it's like I either heard their song recently or he died recently. But he's still alive.
He wrote the Love Boat theme.
Yeah, I wrote that.
And he just throws. Oh yeah, that's right. I wrote that
Love
too.
Boat
I forgot.
No, but he
you almost
actually-
forgot that you wrote
You don't
that. Paul.
forget because the other day we literally had a complete heavy-duty discussion in a little van in an airport about how you thought that was one of your better songs.
Well, you were making fun of it or something.
Well, love is exciting
I know
and new.
what we were. We were talking about the fact that you didn't love Evergreen, and it's not. I mean, like there are the things that I wrote that I like a lot.
I mean, you
better.
said, and then we got the whole thing about the Love Boat being better than Evergreen, and some guy stands behind us, like in the Woody Allen movie with Mark McClellan, he goes, "I think the Love Boat is a great song." So he shut me up.
I'm proud of Touch on the Daft Punk album. I'm proud of Beyond.
Oh, that's
The
great.
Dixie
I love
Chicks
that
Stuff
too.
with them is great.
Love
That's
that.
really great.
So,
That was
but that's
awesome.
better than Love Boat.
That was all. Let me.
Touch is better than Love Boat. Beyond is better than Love. But
What's your favorite song that you've written, Paul Williams?
one of them would have to be Rainbow Connection, But I mean,
Right.
you look at something like We've Only Just Begun, and to this day, people come up and say, "We got married. We've only just begun." You go, "We're not married anymore. We're not together anymore, but we got married years." So
Yeah.
I hear a lot of that.
You wrote that too.
We've only just begun. Rainy days and Mondays. I won't last a day without you.
Did
and
you
me
have
against
to
the
teach
world.
Kermit how to play the banjo for that?
I did. Well, first of all, we had to get him sober, and then
Green
That's
fuck.
why the book is green. It's an
why the
honor
book
of
is
all.
green.
It's
Oh,
okay.
no,
That's
no,
'cause-
no.
Enough about the book. We're just hanging today.
way.
Well, but we can hang because
Jesus.
this
we
is
have to
like my
make a living,
fourth trip
too.
here.
What is this she's giving me?
Those are the
we got
affirmations.
postcards.
The bottom line is that we don't have to
Now you
plug
send
in.
one to my mom.
I have gratitude and trust just because we're hanging out.
I know. I do
See,
too.
that's a built-in plug.
Thank you.
I just threw that in brilliantly.
What a treat.
Are we playing golf soon, Paul Williams?
Please, as soon as it warms up, or I'll go out in the cold.
You keep inviting me, and there's a guy that. Whoa! Speaking of which, there's a guy that played golf with you in 1984.
Who's really? I didn't play golf in '84.
Liar, you're on the phone.
You're a liar.
I didn't get play golf until I got sober. I got sober in 1990. So
you're lying. Hello.
Hey, how are you doing?
Hello,
Good.
sir.
when did we play golf?
Hey, Paul. Back in 1984, do you remember Johnny Hart, the cartoonist?
Oh, absolutely. We wrote a screenplay based on The Wizard of Id, which never got produced. He was a great buddy. So I was up at his tournament, and I probably swung a golf club one time, probably hurt myself, and said never again.
Well, that's exactly where it was, and you followed around our foursome.
In Nineveh.
You putted a few times. Go ahead.
Yeah, in Nineveh, right?
Endicott,
right? Exactly. Nineveh's a little town out of Endicott.
All right.
Yeah, I love Johnny Hart. I miss him. He was great, and we wrote a really funny. Johnny Hart created the cartoon strips BC and the Wizard of Id. I was going to play the king in the Wizard of Id, but the mean little king. But
well, he was a great guy, and you were really cool that day. I actually remember you were eating a sausage sandwich on the 10th fairway.
Wow,
sausage sandwich.
Wow.
Wait, is that a euphemism for something?
What kind of golf tournament was this?
Oh my God!
What a fabulous life I've had.
The sausage
as I put my
sandwich
ninth
open.
Splendid in my coffee.
You had a sausage and mayo, if you know what I mean.
On the ninth hole of all places, Paul.
Exactly.
Oh, that's great.
I'm surprised you remember being there.
Well, I do.
He
I'm
clearly
surprised I remember as well, except I was such a huge fan of BC and the Wizard of Id. I love Johnny and his wife, Bobby Hart. They're just fabulous, fabulous man and one of the really funny guys ever. I mean, the whole Zot thing, the whole BC was a great strip, and the Wizard of Id was wonderful. I need to get that screenplay out, see if we can still get it done. Thanks for reminding me.
Thank you so much for the memories that day. I really appreciate it.
I sure appreciate it. It's nice to hear Johnny Hart's name mentioned.
All right.
All right, Paul. Be well.
Thank you. We were hoping you were lying, sir.
Yes. What else?
Paul, have you ever
Yes.
have you watched the more recent Planet of the Apes films?
You know what? I haven't. I mean,
Because it's all CG apes now, and you had to sit in the makeup chair for like 5 hours every day when you were in battle for the Planet of the Apes.
Hold on a second. I'll show you my screensaver on my iPhone.
Oh
Wait a minute.
boy,
There we go.
I'm excited.
It's true.
There it is.
Virgil.
That's you.
I thought you were great
That's
in that.
me. Thank you.
You were wonderful.
Thank you.
That is amazing.
3 hours of makeup, and when I was drinking at that time of the morning, my breath would, as Pat McCormick would say, spin the windmills in an old Dutch painting.
Oh, really? What a great line.
Opie was in it, spin the windmills, but it got even better.
Oh, they got way better.
In an old pure Pat McCormick.
Spin the windmills in an old
Wow.
Yeah. But what a treat, though. I mean, you do 3 hours of makeup, which is horrible and everything, but you're sitting there between Claude Akins and Roddy McDowall and all, and John Huston was on the shoot for like 2 days, and also it was like so weird because I said first thing I did is went over and I asked him if he wanted to have a drink, and he said, "Well, perhaps later in the day, Mr. Whatever." So then
What a
we get
pussy.
all the makeup on. You go on the set, and we're on the set, and there's like 45 orangutans in one corner of the set, and a big shot. A whole bunch of gorillas, and all. So I'm standing amongst 44 other orangutans, and John Huston, as he walks by me, and he's walking by 45 or whatever orangutans, and he goes by me, he says, "Hello, Paul." I went, "Well, that's bullshit. How does he understand? We all look like orangutans. How does he know it's me?" Then I realized, of course, I was the littlest. My breath. Thank you.
He's the littlest one.
And you were a little guy.
The littlest orangutan. The story of a boy and his breath.
Then they got cheap with the making of the films. Remember the later ones? They just used masks in the background.
Yeah. Well, that was a TV series, I think.
You sure?
Yeah.
It wasn't one of the movies that they.
Because Paul was in the last of the series before this long break
That's
before
a
they
Foo Fighter
rebooted
water,
it.
Okay.
Oh, it is.
You're drinking the Foo Fighters water.
Well, you know what? I needed a little.
That's great.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Well,
Maybe
they're
do a Foo
ASCAP. It's okay.
Oh, that's
You
okay.
never met Grohl before? That was your first time?
I think we have met before, but maybe, and that's final.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was excited. Grohl was excited to meet you. It was fun to watch that.
That was nice. Yeah, I hope they tweet the picture.
I'm sure they will.
Oh, they'll tweet the
that
picture.
sucker.
I
I'll
hope they
retweet
tweet the
it.
picture.
We have
Life with Paul. I hope they tweet
They got
the
a
picture.
series and albums
At
to sell.
Gratitude Trust.
No, you said at I am Paul Williams.
At I am Paul Williams.
Yeah, I know.
At Gratitude Trust.
Speaking of
Tracy
addicts, we got
Jackson
one
Ford.
of our people on the line.
Yay.
Oh, good. We love
I
that.
know we said we wouldn't go back there, but it
Okay.
could be good.
Oh.
For a minute, Lady Di is one of our regulars who's a ridiculous addict, and it's so frustrating.
People are so excited about hearing her for a minute.
No, you don't wanna go there?
Tomorrow.
I want to see if Paul can talk some sense into her.
What's her
Even if we
In
go
just
quick.
a minute?
It will go quick.
Okay.
1 minute,
please.
From the moment she
I'm
talks.
going to
1
quit as
minute.
producer of this show if you keep
Lady
bringing
Di,
her on.
you're an addict, right? You're an addict. You're an alcoholic, right?
Well, yeah, you can call me that if you want to.
All right. We got Paul Williams and Tracy in here. They got a book, Gratitude and
Hi.
Trust, and they could.
Hi, Lady
Morning,
Di.
Lady Di.
Could you give her
Good
one
morning, good
pointer?
morning.
Something.
Hold on. I just have to say something a minute. All right,
40 seconds left.
1 second. Paul Williams, I love your songs.
Thank you.
I used to love all your.
You can get life-saving advice. Hurry.
30 seconds.
And okay, the other lady, I love you too.
Thank you. I love you too.
That's the other lady, Tracy Jackson.
Yeah, it's okay. I can be the other lady.
That's the other lady.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
But let's hear. How can we help you, Lady Di?
No, I just wanted to talk about things like that and everything like that. But I always loved Paul Williams and
54.
She doesn't think she needs help.
No.
She doesn't need advice. She's got it down.
Okay.
And that's
Well, Lady Di,
Lady Di,
if
you
you're,
have
1 minute. That was
some advice
delightful.
There she goes.
Jim,
she's gone.
she's gone. But if she's listening,
Me and Jimmy have come to an understanding. I love Lady Di in the show, and Jimmy not so much. So now we have figured out
A compromise.
It's a compromise. As long as she stays to a minute, Jimmy will allow
How
this to
often
happen.
does she call in?
Every 30 seconds. Like I actually
she's
like
on
Di.
hold always.
I don't mind her in small doses, but she just like.
So she's like the girlfriend who you slept with, you won't call back. He was calling and hanging up the phone to say
not
you're there.
like the girlfriend. No, I
She
wouldn't. I
was
wouldn't
not
refer
ever
to her.
like a
The
girlfriend.
tumor, more likely.
She's in a very, very bad place. But
well, she should, realize that addiction is a life-threatening disease. Alcoholism is a life-threatening disease.
We've told her.
No, she's had a roommate die on her from that.
Wow.
His esophagus basically exploded
It's
from
called
alcoholism.
esophageal varices.
Something
it's
like
called.
that, yeah.
Esophageal varices is alcoholism at its worst. If your liver doesn't explode on you, esophageal varices is a bleed out from from
That's
the
how he died.
throat. Yeah, exactly.
Did you ever have throat problems?
No,
from the drinking?
No, the only problem I ever had with my mouth basically was every now and then my foot would be in it.
No.
But, that would be about the
You
extent.
spoke your mind, Paul.
Yeah.
Do you
Can't
miss?
sing with a foot in your mouth.
And what's wrong with still speaking your mind if you're sober?
Well, I do speak my mind. I do
Nah,
speak my
Tracy's
mind.
there to make
well,
sure
no,
you don't.
But you know what? Wait a minute.
Oh, no, I have a much bigger mouth than he does.
I had, for 49 years, I edited nothing. I made Oscar Levant look like Cinderella, for God's sakes. Whatever I thought came out of my mouth. It was, sitting next to somebody who talks about she's been home in New England on the Tonight Show. She's talking about she went home to New England, and it was wonderful to help her mom clean the house. And they did it in one day. I said, yeah, they're in the amphetamine business, incidentally. And the producer of the Tonight Show looks at me like, no drug jokes. I just
really?
could not keep my mouth shut.
like
talking
Freddie
about everything.
DeCorvida?
Freddie, yeah.
Holy shit.
Freddie, yeah.
But they loved you on that show.
I did 48, I remember
I know
6 is my line.
Yeah.
That is your line.
Do you remember? Do you have a most embarrassing TV experience? Like, can you look back at one and go, like, this is the most embarrassing moment?
Yeah, exactly. In the documentary, Paul Williams is Still Alive, there's footage of me hosting Merv Griffin where I am just fried and arrogant. What's frightening is how arrogant I was. Like, hey, am I not hot?
But
am
you
I
were
not
funny.
Oh my God!
You were funny. So actually, the thing is,
You were
Opie,
funny.
No, Opie, this is the thing. You know what? A lot of times, I tell him, go back to being funny like you were when you were drunk. Sometimes aren't I? I'm the more aggressive of the twosome. I don't keep him straight.
If I wouldn't trade anything about the life that I have, because the lens that I'm looking through right now is clear, it's clean. There's none of that crap on it, So I wouldn't trade this for anything at all. And the fact is, look at the life that I may not be as insultingly funny as I was at one time, but the fact is, look at the life, and I've got this amazing lady that was in a hot tub with her grandmother to write a book
We're
with.
gonna
I
leave
mean,
my
just
grandmother
life.
out of this now.
You got to
better
create
than
music
that.
with French robots. You really got it going on.
Exactly. Writing a musical right now based on Pan's Labyrinth.
He was on Oprah.
Really?
Right?
With Guillermo del Toro.
Oh, that's going to be amazing.
Are you
That's
looking
going to be a musical you guys will actually want to see.
And there's a movie right. As long as I'm plugging my music, my work. There's a movie out right now called The Book of Life. I wrote the 2 original songs in that with Gustavo Santaolalla for Guillermo del Toro on this animated Fox film.
Are you looking forward?
And that's
to
the end of our commercial. Say
I was
again.
going to say, are you
With
looking,
your Spanish accent.
Are you looking forward to getting rid of?
Oh no, qué lástima.
The
me
nudge?
quiero esta chica en mi vida todamente.
Are you looking forward to moving on from
por los
the?
años, yeah. Are you kidding?
The one that speaks her mind about you.
You know what? It's I mean, I got to tell you, the entire walk over from the hotel, because I live in a hotel right next to where she lives when I'm in New York. So the entire walk, what are we talking about? But my friggin' jacket. I mean, give me a break. The fact is, she says, "Why are you wearing cotton jackets? Why do you dress like a child? Why do you wear tennis shoes? Why do you?" I mean, I hear this. We're getting ready to go over here and do the show with you guys, with Opie and Jim, and it's like. Can't we, let's try to find something intelligent and hip to talk about? No, we have to talk about the fact that I'm in jeans and tennis shoes and I'm 74,
I said, no, it wasn't for the show. It was only when we go to events like last night when you have to look like a grown up. It was only like that.
That's good, though. You can take all the berating without that awful sex that goes with it. That's good.
It's sort of like a marriage.
Right, exactly. It's not like, it's not like you stopped having sex with
What
me
was
kind of thing. It's I've always nagged.
What was his problem last night?
No, he looked fine. It's just like Paul sometimes dresses like it's California when it's New York. That's
And
all.
I dress like I'm 12, and she gets nuts.
Well,
with
most
that.
people don't notice. They're just thinking, "Oh my God, that's Paul Williams."
What's wrong with these shoes?
They're nice.
Aw,
They're
they're tiny.
Aren't they tiny?
You got tiny.
I want to hang them off my mirror.
You can hang them from your rearview mirror. You went there first.
Put your foot up. Look at.
I've never seen smaller feet in my life.
The depths we go to in this.
Sorry.
You know what though? Paul's not in a weird way, but I want to grab Paul's feet and just go and I want to kiss him. But you're a rock
He might
legend.
like that. He might like that.
I like Jim a lot better than you
Not in
know.
a weird way.
Paul's he's a rock star.
Yeah, he is.
The way Paul dresses doesn't matter because when you get to that level of kind of iconic musician, it's a different thought process people go through when they see you. So whatever you
Describing
wear,
Paul
it's
Williams
fine.
as a rock star is a sign you really lost
You are
touch
though.
with it.
No, but you are though. You're fucking,
He's an icon.
You dress however you want, Paul Williams.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
But he doesn't
and we
whine
will
at
play
you when he's
golf. We
cold.
will.
Huh?
He doesn't whine to you when he's cold.
That would be enraging.
Oh.
Yeah, he doesn't bring the right jacket and then complains about
Then
it.
he's
I've got a
cold.
puffer
Then he's-
jacket,
him
and
to
she
bring
said
it.
you need something in between.
I'm
you know?
Puffer
just, you know,
jacket.
I'm an eternal mom. What do you want?
condom.
I like mom. Yeah.
Exactly, a people condom, exactly.
We met you because of that documentary. I want to make sure people know that thing is amazing.
Paul
That's a
Williams
great
still alive.
watch.
Thank you.
Really, and the old footage that you show and everything.
Yeah.
Oh my
and it's
God.
and it's it's
Pretty
it's like
open and
watching
honest.
it's like watching the there's some tough stuff in there for me.
Right.
But you know what? I think it says a lot about recovery. There's hope for the hopeless. Lady Di.
She's back, but
that she
Jimmy's
just needs
brain
to
will
know
explode
that,
if I
that life gets better.
Put her on again.
Life gets better.
What was I
Don't
gonna
put her
say?
on.
Oh, so Barbara Streisand, she just was difficult.
No, you know what? The fact is that I was buzzed at the time. We had 6 weeks or 5 weeks to write an entire score and everything. When I finally got sober and I looked back, I went, you know what? She treated you really well.
Oh, okay.
I mean, the fact is, first meeting, she said, "What do you need to write?" I said, "I need white wine and macadamia nuts at my fingertips wherever I go." And I was joking. The next time I went to her house, there was macadamias in bowls all over her house, and I always had a guy following me around with a bottle of white wine.
Wow.
I'd sing her a song. Like with One More Look at You, which is, I'm so proud of this song I wrote with Kenny Ash. It had a line in there about learn to paint, change the stars, and change our fortunes to have the constellations paint your portrait to, so all the world might share that wondrous sight. The world could end each night with one more look at you. And she was like, that's good. And on to the next thing. And I'm like, can't we have a little praise Paulie moment here? No. Fact is, she was professional. She was getting what she expected from the people around her. And I look back afterwards, and it was, we won the Oscar and the Grammy together. That was my first.
And you got
first Grammy.
macadamia nuts.
And we got macadamia nuts, and I porked up like crazy.
Great, she gave you diverticulitis. Really nice.
But you know what? She's notoriously, I think that I just fell into that kind of. If people really impress me, sometimes I get loud and flippant, And the fact is, what was probably going on in the center of my chest is I was probably intimidated, but it wouldn't bubble up to the surface of consciousness. So what came out of my mouth was just sort of smart ass, you know.
Right.
And so when I got sober, I called and straightened that out with her. You know, I made that amends.
And was she comfortable with it?
Very cool with it.
Did she
Very
apologize
cool.
to you for little fuckers?
No, she didn't. But okay. I was the first little fucker she ever had to deal with.
That movie was brutal.
Were you messed up much when you accepted the Oscar? Were you like drunk or high or anything?
Well, I started getting high in the mid '60s, and when I was 11 or 12, when I was a kid, we could always have a glass of beer, on a Sunday. It was. My dad was in construction, so that was the reward for a hard day. Everybody had a drink, everybody had a beer,
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's a progressive disease. I really hit my stride as an alcoholic and an addict in the 80s. But I mean, because look how productive I was in the 70s. It was amazing. The amount of work that was accepted, and the only thing that I really regret, I regret not being there for my kids, but I also regret that I didn't really have that moment where I went, wow, let's have some hardcore gratitude about the opportunities you're being given. Because today, I mean, just sitting here, I'm a grateful man. The stuff that's happened to me this year has been amazing, and this book, this is 2 years worth of work sitting next to Tracy, who sits there with smoke coming out of her ears for 8 hours at a time while I write my 3 hours of miserable. Isn't that fantastic? And she says, no, go deeper, Paul. Write about what you feel, not what you think. And I go, okay, yipe.
Wow. So no sequel, no follow-up then? You're tired of her bullshit?
No, I
No, the sequel is going to be hate and resentment about the friendship ending.
Tracy said she gratitude and trust was her antidote to fear and loathing. I like that. So
we get along really well, don't we?
But do you ever?
She's my best friend.
But do you ever relax and not bother him? I'm concerned you're bothering our pal Paul a little
Really?
too
Are you
much.
concerned about that,
A
Opie?
little bit
Really?
because you don't like how he
Thank you,
dresses.
Okay, now I'm
right?
glad we're here. Really glad we're here.
This is your intervention. Leave Paul alone. Leave him alone.
I have to tell you that I do a lot for Paul Williams.
Yeah.
Do I not, Paulie, in the
She's
course
an
of a day?
She's my best friend.
I know, and how much work do I do, honest to God?
Oh, she would,
it's like insane. Like
it's
everyone
insane.
should have a partner
Hours
like
and
me.
hours and hours
and
of-
hours and hours and hours and hours.
Yeah, exactly. And I just sort of show up and go, put my name on it. Put my name on it.
Have you guys ever had that moment of attraction or no? Just friends?
You mean like a hot tub thing?
Honestly, I mean, because with male and female friendships, sometimes they can remain, and sometimes there's like
like when Harry met Sally, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paul wants the answer. Look, I saw Paul's look.
Yeah,
No, what? What's- I don't know what Paul's answer is.
Paul?
Well, the fact is that we're both happily married. Like her husband Glenn set an extra, setting at the table for the 2 years we wrote the book. And my wife Mariana had an empty spot across the table from her, so we both have full lives in that fashion and all. But Tracy, I mean, this is an iconic friendship for me. She's my best friend. I love her with all my heart.
And I love him. I mean, I had a big crush on him when I was a kid, and then we became best friends. Now we've written this book, and we travel around together.
They
and
cheat on the road. That's what it is. They're married. They cheat on the road.
All four of them are swingers.
Gratitude and trust.
Gratitude and trust, right. Yes, of course.
But we have a good time. I mean, the funniest thing I'll give you. I can't. But we were at Paul loves TSA pre-check, right? This is one of his favorite
Oh,
things.
it rules, doesn't it? What's better than that?
And I always
we
get
all
TSC, except when I'm with
me.
She drags you down,
And
yeah.
no one, because I get it, and I don't know why. So sometimes I
Yeah.
get it. And so one day, this is Paul, and Paul really is very grateful, and Paul's a wonderful person. And all the teasing is, I love this man with all my heart, I really do. And I wouldn't be here without Paul. So we're in Miami, some stupid airport, and Paul's like, oh, this guy was smoking the bin. Oh my God, you're little Enos. Oh my God, you're in smoking the bin. And they're all like flipping out, and Paul loves it. He's really
she's
happy.
talking about the agents, right?
No, they're like the guys in line. And then he gets to the front. I go like cruising through with my luggage, and he like gets stopped, and he takes off his belt, and he takes off his shoes, and he's like really miserable, and he's whining, and he comes in and goes, do you realize all those people are talking to me about my career, and I have to take off my belt? He was really upset.
Well, it's
Thanks
kind
for
of
sharing
weird.
that wonderful shining moment in my person.
And I said,
in
just
my-
because you get to be smoking a bandit doesn't mean you don't have to go through, the check.
It
But
should, though.
But I've
It should.
always
It's a
you
weird
should.
time. Because how big a bomb can he smuggle?
It's only going to be a tiny bomb.
Tiny
Tiny
Bombs.
Bombs. That's not a bad name for a book. Tiny Bombs.
Tiny
Yeah,
Bombs.
exactly, you
But I
know.
mean, but honestly, if you're doing real
They're
TSA
dropped on us all
check,
day, every day.
who thinks that Paul Williams is bringing a bomb onto a plane?
Right.
Like use your
Yeah.
fucking common sense.
Yeah, we leave the
people.
records at
I don't even know
home.
who they're using. I think they're like all these random people are getting it now too. So I don't know. It's like very.
Yeah,
who-
that's right.
It's good. It's good. Whatever. But no. But he is a great writing partner. He's a great partner, and he's really easy. And he's very easy to travel with.
Will
I
you
will
guys
say
do
you're-
another project together? You say?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is a thing. I mean, this is going on.
Yeah,
This
this
is
a
not.
brand.
This is a brand. This is a brand. We
program.
have.
Wow.
This is
We're
there'll
going
be a
on the
workbook, there'll be
motivational
journals, there'll be,
speaking. We're
you know.
doing a journal. We have
We just spoke with
jewelry.
Betty
we have,
Ford,
Now we have a lot of stuff already lined up in 2015. We're going on
Wow.
the road. We're teaching courses.
Karen Foundation. We're doing Omega this year.
We're doing Omega. No, I mean, this is a brand. We have another book that we want to write. That's a continuing. Yeah, this is going on. We're not
Yeah,
dropping this.
How much public singing are you doing these days, Paul?
You know what? Not as much as I used to, and you know, I just did like the Detroit Symphony. I've got a Jacksonville Symphony date coming up, in January. I think when is that? But yeah, you know, I played the Carlisle a couple years ago for a couple of weeks and all. I don't need to sing that often. You know, I mean, it's just between this and the writing that I'm doing, and you know, I'm president and chairman of the board of ASCAP. ASCAP is 520,000 music creators, publishers, songwriters, and composers and publishers. And in the digital age, there's a challenge to make sure that people can still make a living, with their music and all. Things actually got so bad on some levels that I think we're going to get some changes made to the way that composers and songwriters are paid. And it's just, that's a huge honor. For 6 years, I've been president of ASCAP. I go to Washington. I have a black belt in backslapping. Senator, excuse me, didn't mean to hit you in the butt. Thought I was taller.
They make you take that black belt off when you go through TSA?
Yeah. Oh, call back. Man can't write comedy. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you write comedy.
All right, well, that sucked. Thanks for listening to the Opie and Anthony podcast. To hear the Opie and Anthony show 5 days a week live on satellite radio, online on your phone or tablet, or even on demand, go to SiriusXM.com. Also, interact with